Last train waiting in the rain. Station lights glow soft and pale. City breathing through the dark like a distant fading spark. Last train humming through the night. Window fog and blurry lights. People drifting half asleep, holding thoughts they cannot keep. Coffee cans beside the seats. Cold air moving through the streets. Outside apartment windows glow. Tiny lives I'll never know. Every station passing slow like memories I used to know. Last train home at 1 a.m. Rolling through the rain again. Street lights blurring silver blue. Lonely nights and deja vu. City shadows drift like smoke through the words we never spoke. Still the rhythm softly stays, carrying me through these days. Earphones playing quiet songs. Night feels somehow far too long. Taxi headlights pass below. Paint and colors on the road. Someone laughing down the line. Fading slowly out of time. Rain keeps falling on the glass while the sleepless hours pass. Every stranger passing through carries storms nobody knew. Last train home at 1 a.m. Tired hearts return again under pale fluorescent light, searching for some peace tonight. Late night silence in the air. Heavy thoughts are everywhere. Still the music pulls me through. Silver skies and faded blue. 2 a.m. and half awake, listening to the train track shake. Maybe everybody hides little storms they keep inside. Last train home at 1 a.m. Lonely but alive again. Rain and neon shine the same through the windows of the train. Morning waiting somewhere far beyond the rooftops and the cars. Still the echoes softly flow like a dream I used to know. Last train fading through the rain. Nighttime calling once again. Rain taps softly on the glass. Another quiet night will pass. Street lights flicker gold and blue. Apartment 24 without you. Tiny kitchen, humming fridge. Moonlight leaning from the bridge. Old black hoodie on the chair. Dust of midnight in the air. Books and papers on the floor. Shoes still waiting by the door. TV glowing quietly like a faded memory. Outside, the city moves too fast, but in this room the moments last. Apartment 24, dreaming on a wooden floor. Lo-fi records softly play, keeping all the dark away. Rain keeps falling through the night. Neon shadows, pale blue light, holding on to something warm while the world outside still storms. Tall shadows moving on the wall, streetlights glow and go below like a quiet radio. Coffee cooling near the sink, too exhausted just to think. Late train crying in the rain, echoing through window panes. Every sound becomes a song in nights that feel this long. Apartment 24, hearts don't ache like before. Just the silence and the rain looping softly once again. City breathing far below like a distant radio. Only people passing by under tired winter skies. 2 a.m. and half awake, listening to the pipe still shake. Someone laughing down the street. Cars roll slowly through the heat. Maybe someday we'll move on, maybe sadness will be gone. But tonight the music stays, floating through these smoky days. Soft blue shadows, ceiling fan turns slow. Rain keeps singing to the world below. Apartment 24, still dreaming like before. Candles flicker by the bed, ghosts of words we never said. Morning light begins to grow through the blinds and silver smoke. One more song before the dawn, one more night to hold on to. Rain fades into morning light, another sleepless city night. Apartment 24 remains inside the music and the rain. Blue hour shadows on the wall, late train echoes down the hall. Kitchen light and tangled wires, half asleep but still inspired. Another song begins to play while the daylight fades away. In this blue hour apartment, time moves slow and heaven sent. Rainy rooftops shining bright, floating through another night. Laundry spinning softly near, static voices disappear. Candles dancing by the sink, too exhausted just to think. In this blue hour apartment, every scar feels innocent. City breathing far below, like a distant radio. Clouds are moving, cars are fading. Night is slowly rearranging. slide slowly down the glass. Midnight hours quietly pass. Kitchen lights still glowing warm while the city rides the storm. Kitchen clock at 2 a.m. Writing songs again and again. Raindrops tapping on the wire. Tiny sparks of tired desire. Old socks drying near the fan. Life unfolding without plans. Street lights flicker through the blinds like memories I left behind. Coffee stains across the page. Thoughts I never learned to say. Static humming from the fridge. Moonlight resting on the sink. Outside the taxis drift along. Inside this room feels far from home. Neon notes in the kitchen light, keeping lonely dreams alive tonight. Steam rising from cheap coffee cups while the whole world sleeps too much. Soft blue shadows on the wall, listening to the city call. Every quiet melody feels like home inside of me. Old apartment ceiling cracks, dusty books and messy stacks. Late night commercials on TV, playing softly next to me. Someone laughing down the hall, distant footsteps through the walls. Train sounds fading through the rain like a slow familiar pain. Cold air dancing near the door, shoes abandoned on the floor. Tiny moments come and go like songs nobody knows. Every night begins the same, but somehow never feels unchanged. Neon notes in the kitchen light, floating through another night. Lonely hearts and tired minds, leaving heavy days behind. Cheap bread noodles on the stove, static from the radio. Rain reflecting silver skies, in exhausted, sleepless eyes. 3 a.m. and still awake, listening to the building shake. Cars roll slowly down the street, mixing rhythms with the beat. Maybe everybody hides little storms they keep inside. Maybe every window glows for someone feeling all alone. Soft rain falling, clock keeps turning. Coffee cooling, candle burning. Night keeps breathing, slow and low. Through the city, down below. Neon notes in the kitchen light, everything will be alright. One more song before the dawn, one more night to hold on to. Rain and static fill the air, ghost of conversations there. Still the quiet comforts me, like an endless memory. Rain begins to fade away, cold blue light becomes the day. Kitchen silence, empty cups, but the music still lives on. Warm light flickers in the hall. Rain keeps falling soft and small. Coffee stains in open books. Quiet nights and distant looks. Nothing rushes, nothing breaks. Under midnight laundry lights, we stay awake through silent nights, folding dreams in neon blue, tiny worlds for me and you. Streetcars hum beyond the glass, another lonely evening past. Steam is rising from the cup, little moments adding up. Under midnight laundry lights, we stay awake through silent nights, soft reflections on the floor, hearts too tired to ask for more. Slowly drifting, window glowing, city breathing without knowing. Under midnight laundry lights, everything will be alright. Rain and music side by side, keeping quiet souls alive. Rainwater shining on the roofs tonight, neon clouds drifting across the sky. Somewhere far below, the city breathes slowly, endlessly. Rooftop puddles catch the moon, summer nights that end too soon. Static radio downstairs, warm smoke floating through the air. Street lights flicker golden red, thoughts still running through my head. Old sneakers by the rusty door, footsteps on the concrete floor, laundry dancing in the breeze, distant sounds of passing streets, tiny windows glowing late, people fighting sleep again. Another night the city stays awake, another dream too fragile not to break. Sleepless rooftops, open skies, heavy hearts and tired eyes, city glowing far away till the night becomes the day. Rain reflections on the stone, learning how to be alone under neon colored streets, where the silence softly speaks. Notebook pages filled with dust, tiny dreams and fading trust. Still the music softly grows, like a river no one knows. Late train crying through the dark, echoes drifting through the park. Taxi headlights moving slow, painting silver on the road. Coffee cooling by my side, trying hard to clear my mind. Clouds are hanging low tonight, covering the distant lights. Every window tells a different story, tiny moments disappearing slowly. Sleepless rooftops calling me into quiet memory, where the rain and silence meet under tired city streets. Old apartment televisions glow like little stars below, holding lonely people close more than anybody knows. 3 a.m. and still awake, listening to into the fire escapes. Wind moves softly through the wires, through forgotten old desires. Someone laughs on the next block down, music drifting through the town. Broken melodies and smoke, tiny words nobody spoke. Maybe everybody hides little storms they keep inside. Maybe every glowing room carries its own kind of gloom. Cold blue shadows cross the wall, distant sirens rise and fall. Night keeps breathing soft and slow through the rooftops far below. Rain keeps falling without end, like old voices in the wind. Sleepless rooftops, open skies, dreaming underneath the wire. City humming far away, while the darkness starts to fade. Rain and static, moonlight glow, everything feels moving slow. Still the music pulls me through silver nights and faded blue. Sleepless rooftops hold my heart, even when the world falls apart. In the silence I can hear something honest lingering here. Morning light begins to rise, soft gray colors fill the sky. Rooftop puddles lose their glow as another night lets go. Still the echoes gently stay, floating through the break of day. Sleepless rooftops in the rain, calling me back once again. Morning clouds above the train, tiny footsteps in the rain. Old cafe on 8th Street Lane, playing songs that sound the same. Coffee, steam and Polaroids, little half-forgotten joys. Dusty sunlight through the air, finding peace almost nowhere. Pages turning quietly, people pass like memories. Silver spoons and empty chairs, loneliness that no one shares. Coffee, steam and Polaroids, broken hearts and softer noise. Everything just fades away into another cloudy day. Slow jazz radio, low lights moving slow outside. The traffic glows, but nobody knows. bus rolling through the rain. Headlights blur across the lane. Cold hands wrapped around my tea. Quiet rooms and TV screens. Static drifting between us now. Silent words we won't allow. City noise and satellite skies. Lonely hearts in disguise. Books stacked high beside the bed. Too many things left unsaid. Morning comes but stays so gray. Like the songs we used to play. Soft echoes calling. Night slowly falling. Static drifting through the dark. Tiny glowing apartment sparks. Holding on to fragile light. Through another sleepless night. Rainy windows, blurry towns. Train wheels singing hollow sounds. Backpack resting by my feet. Evening air and tired streets. Slow trains underneath the sky. Watching all the moments fly. Every station fades to blue. Every memory leads to you. Coffee cooling in my hand. Nothing ever goes as planned. Still the rhythm softly stays, carrying me through these days. Silver lights passing by, like dreams fading into night. Slow trains moving endlessly, like forgotten melodies. Rain keeps dancing on the glass, while the lonely hours pass. cassette beside the bed, words repeating in my head. Summer rain on balcony doors, echoes drifting through the floor. VHS, summer rain. Nothing stays and nothing changes. Faded colors, blurry frames. Still we whisper all our names. Late night diners glowing red, half awake and underfed. Taxi lights along the curb, tiny moments left unheard. Slow rewind, flickering light, lost somewhere inside the night. VHS, summer rain, running softly down the pane. Every memory feels the same, like a distant midnight train. Rain falls softly through the night, neon glowing red and white. Automatic doors slide wide, warm air waiting just inside. Automatic doors slide wide, warm air from the neon light. Instant noodles, magazine racks, midnight drifting at my back. Coffee machines humming low, street lights flicker through the glow. Plastic bags and tired eyes under pale fluorescent skies. Another night that moves too slow, through streets that barely seem to glow. Midnight convenience store glow, only place still open slow. Tiny comfort in the rain, like a shelter from the pain. Neon reflections on the floor, people coming through the door. Quiet hearts just passing by, underneath the sleepless sky. Wet umbrellas by the wall, distant echoes through the hall. Someone buying cigarettes, lost inside their own regrets. Late night radio softly plays songs from old forgotten days. Traffic humming down the street, rainwater beneath my feet. Every stranger here tonight, searching for a little light. Midnight convenience store light, keeping lonely souls alright. Warm coffee cups and silver rain, washing through the city's pain. Vending machines softly shine like little stars against the night. Everything feels far away, yet somehow I want to stay. 2 a.m. Maybe every glowing sign helps us leave the dark behind. Maybe every quiet place holds a little bit of grace. Midnight convenience store glow like a dream from long ago. Neon colors, rainy streets, slow rhythms and tired feet. Even when the night is gone, another day moves on. I will hear the soft refrain of neon humming in the rain. Automatic doors close slow. Midnight lights still softly glow. Blue neon shining through the rain. Summer night without a name. Cold wind moving through the wires. Quiet streets and tired desires. Blue neon across the street. Rainwater beneath my feet. Late night riding through the town while the silence settles down. Old backpack against my side. Traffic signals changing light. Puddles glowing red and gold. Stories quietly unfold. Evening drifting soft and slow. Underneath the city glow. Bicycle ride through midnight air. Dreaming light, nobody cares. Tiny sparks and blurry signs lost between the passing time. Streetlights shimmer in the rain like songs we can't explain. Still the night feels warm somehow, more than any morning now. Corner stores still glowing bright. Vending machines in silver light. Distant laughter down the block. Someone staring at the clock. Warm breeze moving through the trees. Carrying forgotten dreams. Cars pass slowly in the blue. Leaving trails of faded hues. Summer nights don't want to end. Like old songs we still pretend. Bicycle ride through neon skies. Reflections in exhausted eyes. Every road and every turn feels like something I should learn. Quiet rhythms from afar, mixing with the passing cars. Everything feels far away, yet I wish that I could stay. 2 a.m. and riding slow through the streets that barely glow. Radio playing somewhere near, like a memory still here. Maybe every midnight ride helps us leave the past behind. Maybe every city light keeps a lonely heart alive. Bicycle ride through midnight rain, through the joy and through the pain. Blue neon and silver skies, living softly in my eyes. Even when the morning comes and another day moves on, I will hear the tires sing through the quiet city streets. Blue neon return from the stores, footsteps crossing rainy floors, clouds drifting over town. Night begins to settle down, buses fading down the lane, street signs shining through the rain, tiny echoes in the air like forgotten little prayers. Evening moving soft and slow underneath the neon glow. Quiet lights on Maple Street, lonely hearts and tired feet, soft reflections on the cars, tiny glowing city stars, people passing in the blue, living lives I never knew. Still, the night feels warm somehow, more than any morning now. Coffee, steam behind the glass, watching strangers slowly pass, old umbrellas by the door, rain tapping on the floor, late night music softly plays like memories from better days, windows glowing gold and white, keeping company tonight. Every shadow, every sound feels gentler after sundown. Quiet lights on Maple Street, dreaming through the midnight breeze, silver puddles on the road, carrying the evening glow. Distant laughter fills the air like a feeling lingering there. Everything feels far away, yet I wish that I could stay. Traffic humming down the line, fading slowly out of time, clouds drifting across the sky while another night goes by. Quiet lights on Maple Street, where the rain and silence meet, tiny sparks inside the dark, holding on to fragile hearts. Even when the night is gone and another day moves on, I will hear the city sing through the softly glowing streets. Rain keeps falling soft and deep, Maple Street still half asleep. Cassette spinning soft and low, rain against the window glow, tiny lights across the town, nighttime never slowing down, old sneakers beside the door, dusty books across the floor, coffee cooling near the sink, too tired now to even think. Street lights shimmer in the rain like songs we can't explain. Cassette dreams of midnight blue, little worlds I wander through, half awake and half alone, trying hard to make it home. Soft rewind and blurry skies, neon reflected in my eyes, every melody remains floating gently through the rain. Late bus rolling through the street, quiet rhythm underneath, apartment windows glowing gold, stories silently unfold, static voice faces from the hall, shadow patterns on the wall, summer air and distant cars underneath the fading stars. Everything feels far away, like a slowly fading day. Cassette dreams at midnight blue, holding on to something true. Lonely hearts and city lights, drifting through these sleepless nights. Old memories start to play like they never went away, wrapped inside the gentle sound of the city slowing down. 2 a.m. and still awake, listening to the ceiling shake. Rain keeps falling soft and slow over streets that barely glow. Cassette dreams at midnight blue, every night begins with you. Tiny sparks inside the dark, keeping glowing in my heart. Though the morning comes too soon, under pale and silver moons, still the echoes softly stay till the night fades into gray. Cassette spinning slower now, night disappears somehow. Old bicycles beside the fence, static from the radio vents, sunset melting on the road, carrying a gentle glow. Power lines against the sky, summer clouds drifting by, warm wind through the neighborhood. Everything feels quiet, good. Evening slowly fades away, like the ending of the day. Faded summer signals play like memories that drift away. Warm nights under orange skies, fireflies and lullabies, tiny echoes in the dark, holding on to fragile sparks. Old dreams floating through the air, like they're still alive somewhere. Streetlights waking one by one, long after the day is done. Sneakers hanging by the stairs, humidity still in the air. Distant laughter down the block, someone staring at the clock. Late night, windows glowing blue, little worlds we never knew. Summer nights move soft and slow, like songs from long ago. Faded summer signals shine through these tired hearts of mine. Silver clouds and blurry lights, quiet endless August nights. Old cassette melodies dancing softly with the breeze. Everything feels far away, yet I wish that I could stay. Crickets singing near the trees, warm air drifting through the leaves. Radio waves and passing cars underneath the fading stars. Faded summer signals play, never fully fade away. In the silence I can hear fragments of another year. Golden evenings, fleeting light, living softly dream I almost knew, still returning in the blue. Summer slowly slips away, but the echoes always stay. Rain falls softly on the roof, midnight wrapped in shades of blue. Old photographs across the bed, echoes of the words unsaid. Dusty photos on the bed, words we never really said. Summer storms outside the door, echoes through the wooden floor. Streetlights glowing through the blinds, like old memories in my mind. Coffee cooling by the chair, humidity hangs in the air. Every picture starts to fade, like the promises we made. Polaroids and rainstorms fade, like the promises we made. Still the music softly stays, floating through these silver days. Tiny moments frozen still, time moves on but never will leave the feeling fully gone, even after love moves on. Late night thunder shakes the glass, watching silent headlights pass. Old cassette tapes by the wall, shadows dancing through the hall. Someone laughing down the street, rainwater beneath their feet. Neon signs reflecting gold, stories quietly unfold. Summer nights move far too fast, still I hope that they would last. Polaroids and monsters shine through these tired eyes of mine. Silver clouds and blurry skies, living softly in my mind. Every song and every line pulls me deeper into night, where the lonely city glows with the secrets no one knows. 2 a.m. still awake, listening to the fire escape. One moves softly through the wires, carrying forgotten desires. Maybe every photograph holds a piece of what we had, tiny fragments left behind, like old colors lost in time. Rain keeps falling, slow and clear. Old memories still live here. Streetlights flicker through the blue, like the nights I spent with you. Polaroids and rainstorms stay, even when they fade away. In the silence I can hear ghost of another year. Golden evening, cigarette smoke, words we almost never spoke. Still the feeling lingers on, long after the storm is gone. Rain fades into morning light, another sleepless summer night. Polaroids beside the bed, holding what was never said. Purple neon through the rain, old game music plays again. Midnight glowing soft and slow, like a dream from long ago. and memories collide. Somewhere deep inside my mind, pixel colors flashing bright, reflections in the quiet night, buttons clicking one by one, long after the day is done. Every sound and every light pulls me deeper into night. Soft echoes from the arcade of the games we used to play, pixel dreams and neon skies reflected in exhausted eyes, tiny sparks inside the dark like forgotten pieces of heart. Everything feels far away, yet somehow I wanna stay. Old machines against the wall, faded posters in the hall, someone laughing near the door, like I've heard that sound before. Rain keeps falling past the glass, watching silent strangers pass. Late night bicycles outside, rolling slowly through the light. Every memory starts to glow, like old worlds I used to know. Soft echoes from the arcade where the silver lights still stay. Lonely hearts and sleepless nights wrapped beneath the neon lights. Broken high scores on the screen, ghosts of places that have been. Still the music softly plays through these smoky midnight days. 2 a.m. and still awake, listening to the old floor shake. Maybe every flashing sign tries to freeze a piece of time. Maybe every pixel light keeps a small dream alive tonight. Through the noise and through the rain, calling softly once again. Soft echoes from the arcade never really fade away. Golden memories in blue, like a world I almost knew. Even when the night is gone and another day moves on, I can hear the distant sound of old game music drifting around. Purple neon fading slow, arcade lights still softly glow. August air above the town, nighttime slowly settling down. Distant lights and humming wires, quiet hearts and small desires. August breeze across the roofs, late night sky and worn out shoes. City sounds below the clouds, quiet hearts inside the crowds. Warm wind drifting through the dark, tiny fireworks in the park. Street lights glowing soft in gold, stories quietly unfold. Summer nights move soft and slow underneath the neon glow. Rooftop breeze and distant lights keeping me awake tonight. Dreaming under fading stars, listening to passing cars. Silver clouds and humid air, lonely thoughts still lingering there. Everything feels far away, yet I wish that I could stay. radio plays somewhere low from an apartment down below. Laughter drifting through the night, mixing with the traffic lights. Vending machines softly shine blue and red against the night. Someone smoking by the stairs, smoke dissolving in the air. Every rooftop, every light feels alive again tonight. Rooftop breeze in August skies reflected in exhausted eyes. Tiny moments come and go like songs from long ago. Late trains crying through the rain, echoes drifting once again. Still the city softly sings through the night and everything. Listening to the fire escape. Maybe every summer night holds a little piece of light. Maybe every passing breeze carries old forgotten dreams through the wires and through the dark, leaving echoes in the heart. Rooftop breeze and distant lights living softly through the night. Golden windows far below, shining with a gentle glow. Even when the summer fades and the skies all turn to gray, I will hear the warm night air calling softly from somewhere. August wind begins to fade, morning blue replaces gray. Still the rooftop holds the sound of summer drifting all around. Faded colors in the sky, old airplanes still drifting by. Late July and buzzing wires, tiny unfinished desires. Warm wind moving through the trees, static floating with the breeze. Bicycles beside the road, evening wrapped in orange glow. Summer slowly fades to blue, like a dream I almost knew. VHS skies glowing gold, stories slowly growing old. Still the evening feels brand new under clouds of silver blue. Streetlights waking one by one long after the day is done. Tiny sparks inside the dark, keeping glowing in my heart. Oh, cassette plays somewhere low from an open window glow. Laughter drifting down the block, someone staring at the clock. Traffic signals changing slow, rain begins to softly fall. Neon reflections on the streets, summer air and tired feet. Every moment slips away, like the ending of a tape. VHS skies late at night, blurred beneath the neon lights. Every memory feels the same, soft and distant like the rain. Lonely rooftops, passing cars, dreaming underneath the stars. Everything feels far away, yet I wish that I could stay. listening to the old tapes play. Maybe every fading sound leaves a ghost that stays around. VHS skies glowing slow like the summers long ago. Golden evenings never fade inside the memories we made. Even when the morning comes and another day moves on, still the echoes softly stay like an old tape left to play. Faded colors, silver rain, VHS dreams remain. Rain slides softly down the glass. Evening trains continue past. Coffee steam curls through the air. Quiet moments lingering there. Coffee steam against the glass. Watching strangers slowly pass. Cloudy skies and tired eyes. Morning hiding in disguise. Wet umbrellas by the door. Shoes lined up across the floor. Soft jazz playing somewhere low, like a memory long ago. City lights begin to glow as the night moves soft and slow. Warm coffee after rain, healing little bits of pain. Quiet songs and gentle light, holding on to peaceful nights. Silver puddles on the street, rhythms underneath my feet. Everything feels far away, yet I wish that I could stay. Late bus fading through the mist, tiny moments hard to miss. Street light shining gold and blue, painting colors through the room. Old receipts beside the cup, thoughts that slowly pile up. Rain keeps tapping on the pane like a soft familiar refrain. Every shadow, every sound feels softer after sundown. Warm coffee after rain, washing off the heavy days. Neon reflections softly glow through the quiet evening snow. Lonely hearts and passing cars, tiny dreams beneath the stars. Still the music gently stays, floating through these smoky days. 2 a.m. and half awake, listening to the old floor shake. Someone laughing down the hall, distant echoes through the walls. Maybe every rainy night needs a small and gentle light. Something simple, warm and slow, like the places people know. Soft rain falling, window glow. City breathing down below. Coffee cooling, jazz playing low. Night keeps drifting soft and slow. Warm coffee after rain, stillness running through my veins. Golden lights and silver skies reflected in these tired eyes. Even when the night is gone and another day moves on, I will hear the quiet sound of the rain falling all around. Coffee steam begins to fade. Morning light replaces gray. Still the feeling softly stays, like warmth after rainy days. Neon flickers in the rain, midnight secrets they can't keep. Another night without a sound, lost and never really found. Distant convenience store lights, guiding tired souls tonight. Small warm glow against the rain, like comfort after pain. Under cloudy neon skies, reflections in exhausted eyes, holding on to little sparks while wandering through the dark. Wet umbrellas by the door, footsteps on the dirty floor. Coffee brewing somewhere near, tiny moments disappear. Magazine racks glowing white, instant noodles late at night. Someone yawns beside the fridge while old songs play softly in the distance. Streetcars hum beyond the blocks, rain keeps falling around the clocks. Every window tells a tale of fragile hearts becoming pale. City breathing soft and low, through the streets nobody knows. Distant convenience store lights stay awake till morning light, like a lighthouse in the storm, keeping lonely strangers warm. Plastic cups and cigarette smoke, half-finished dreams and quiet jokes. Everything feels far away in the blue before the day. 2 a.m. on empty roads, heavy bags and winter coats. Traffic signals changing slow, painting colors on the road. Somewhere music softly plays from an old apartment space. A radio behind thin walls, echoing through silent halls. Maybe everyone tonight is searching for a little light. Something simple, something real, something broken hearts can feel. Rain on pavement, shoes against the street. Neon trembling under tired feet. Cold wind calling from the avenue. Late night silence covered in blue. Distant convenience store lights glowing through these endless nights. Tiny suns and silver rain, helping strangers breathe again. Even when the city sleeps and every lonely shadow creeps, there's a warmth that softly stays inside these half-forgotten days.